What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have the patch 10.18 notes coming out. This just did come out 4 hours ago, so in this video today we're going to be running through all the changes that are going to be hitting the live servers tomorrow, which is going to be September 2nd for League of Legends. So when you guys hop into that first game tomorrow, you can know everything that's going on. You can be in the prime position to start winning games right away. With that being said, here we go, getting right into this. First up, we have the patch highlights. If you want to take a look, you can pause the video now, take a look at the buffs, nerfs, all the stuff we have going on. But yeah, with that being said, here we go. One for All is back. If you're excited for that, be looking for that coming out on September 3rd at 1 p.m. Pacific time. As far as getting into the champions, we have a small Ahri, kind of like mini rework coming out. Her health regen is going to be getting decreased, so that's obviously going to be a minor nerf. And then overall, we have a new passive for her. Essence Theft. Ahri is going to gain Essence Theft stack for each enemy hit by her abilities up to a maximum of 3 per cast, and storing up to 9 at once upon her reaching 9 stacks. Ahri's next spell consumes the stacks to heal Ahri for each enemy hit, so they're going to be getting ready for old passive, and then her Q is going to be losing the Essence Theft passive, and then her W is also getting changed. She now grants a burst of 40% movement speed, decaying over a second and a half at cast, and now deals 200% damage to minions below 20% health. That'll make it much easier for farming and stuff. Obviously, it's going to be a huge quality of life improvement. And then targeting now better prioritizes low health minions that can be killed by Foxfire after champions. So that does make a lot of sense as well. Also, the cooldown is going to be increased. It's a little bit better of an ability now, and the cost is going up a little bit. It's going to be way more useful, so I think in the end those would overall probably balance out. But yeah, again, just a couple pretty, obviously getting a new pass is a pretty big change. It's like a mini rework. She's going to be a different champion. Hopefully they'll be able to just balance her a little bit better, find an identity for her a little bit better, improving her quality of life and stuff. Next up, we have Ashe getting a base attack damage decrease from 61 to 59. Obviously, it's going to allow her to just lane bully a little bit less, be a little bit more annoying, especially in the early game. I think knocking her down a peg is definitely a good decision. Galio getting a Q base damage decrease. So Galio's Q, it's so versatile. It allows you to do big AoE damage, it allows you to clear waves. He also has an AoE auto attack that allows you to clear waves. So you're going to be knocking down his wave clear a little bit because he's obviously so good at just pushing and roaming. So that'll make him obviously a little bit worse in the mid lane, which is good in my opinion. Jarvan is getting a Q base damage increase, just a little nudge to J4's early strength, help him compete with other meta picks. That's going to be going up, what's it looks like about 10 damage per rank, which isn't nothing. Obviously, it's a small little buff, but that should honestly feel pretty good for J4. So we might be seeing him come back a little bit. Kayle is getting a Q mana restore removed. Her W cost is getting increased, and her E cost is removed, and the missile speed is getting increased. So that's a lot going on for Kayle there. Again, she no longer restores 50% of the mana cost for each enemy hit, so that's going to be a little bit of a nerf to her. The cost for W going up is going to be another nerf, but they're removing the cost on the E, so hopefully that could maybe even just be canceling out in the overall mana consumption there. And then the missile speed, it's going to shoot out a lot faster on her E. So overall, it does seem like nerfs to Kayle a little bit, but kind of just some changes back and forth both ways. What did they call that up here? They called that an overall buff to Kayle. Okay. Obviously, the E shooting out fast is going to be good and not having a cost. But yeah, I mean, definitely some nerfs too there, so that's interesting. Kog'Maw is getting his base health. His health growth decrease and his base health decrease is going to make him a little easier to punish. He's obviously been seeing some play in like mid lane and stuff, but just as an AD carry or as a mid laner, just going to make him a little bit more susceptible to getting poked out, a little bit more susceptible to getting blown up. Going to make him not so comfortable just scaling up and becoming that free win at like level 16 that Kog'Maw seems to be able to do. Miss Fortune getting her base attack speed growth increased from 2.25% to 3%, and then her W strut max bonus movement speed, it looks like it's going to be increasing by 5 at each rank. So it will be a nice little buff for Miss Fortune. Movement speed is always really good, and then attack speed is obviously really good on marksman style champions as well. So that should feel pretty good for Miss Fortune. Rumble Q total damage is going to be increased. It looks like they're going to be adding 5 damage early on and 25 later on. So that'll be really big for Rumble, especially. It's going to scale really nicely as you begin to put more points in the queue. Rumble, I think, is an interesting champion that we haven't really seen in the meta in too long. He's obviously pretty dominant in both mid lane and top lane when he's strong, but they've knocked him down for a while, so I think it's about time we can see Rumble start coming back a little bit. Sett, who's obviously a big problem child for Riot for some time now, his right punch bonus damage ratio is getting increased from 0.15 total AD to 0.5 bonus AD, and then his Q bonus damage is also getting changed, going from max health plus 100 total attack damage to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus 0.01 of the target's maximum health plus 1%. I don't really know exactly what's going on there. We're going to have to read about that one. Passive right punch changed to scale with bonus AD. Queued bonus damage ratio of target's max health now fixed. Bonus damage ratio per 100 total AD now scales. For some reason, that is not really computing in my head very well. What is going on? Okay, so that's an overall nerf to Sett jungle. Interesting. Must have something to do with his clear speed. Next up, we have Shen, who's getting the passive shield decreased. Obviously, that should be a big change to Shen. It's going to allow him to be punished in lane more often. If you're a melee tank, that shield is so good for getting you through the early lane phase and helping you scale up and becoming that super useful tank in the later game. So that should be big. He is honestly pretty strong in lane. So I think that is a nice little nerf to Shen that should hopefully just put him more in line with some other champions. Shyvana, we already talked about these changes in another video. They're cleaning up the E hitbox so you don't get exploded from off the map, which is obviously going to be a very nice change. Twitch getting his E damage per stack ratio increase, his R bolt damage reduction per enemy hit decreased. As you can see, contaminate and spray and pray there. And then the final champion change on this patch is going to be zhao, who's getting his W thrust damage increase. So a nice little buff there for zhao. Also, we have some rune changes. We have Guardian. It's overperforming on mage, enchanters, and tank supports relative to other keystones. So they're toning it down a little bit. It's going from 0.25 AP plus 0.12 bonus health to 0.15 ability power plus 0.09 bonus health, which actually seems like a pretty significant nerf to that. Obviously, it is a rune that I think was most... It's hard because for a while it was so small that it was hard to use on a ton of champions. Once they increased the range, now a ton of other champions have access to it. So knocking that shield down is something that definitely needed to happen and something that does make sense. Then we have some client updates and VFX updates and the regular bug fixes and quality of life change, all that good stuff. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. What change are you most excited about? Which change are you hyped for? Which one do you hate? Whatever. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Definitely subscribe, save down all this content. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.